So moving on from resistance, we're going to talk about the flip side of resistance, which is acceptance. I see these, or I used to see them as almost two sides of the coin, right? Real polar opposites, but they're really not. Because if you look at it more of like a 0 to 100%, with acceptance being, let's say 0, so there's no resistance, and 100% being resistance, so like you're just, again, drowning in it, we start to see that there are many different facets and shades or levels where these two kind of coexist together. So I'll start off with another story for you guys to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Because, acceptance doesn't mean that you sit there and say, all right, oh, well, nothing I can do about this. I better just accept it. I give up. That is not the kind of acceptance I am working with, that I am sharing. And I had a problem with this for a while because I had trouble kind of feeling good about accepting something, because it almost felt like defeat, right? Because there is a certain element of surrender that goes into acceptance. But the way I like to define acceptance is that it is acceptance of what is right now. And what I like about that is it's very empowering. It almost has hope attached to it. Because let's face it, in life, nothing stays the same. Nothing is permanent, right? Life itself is not permanent. We're born, we leave this earth, and depending on what you believe, maybe we're reincarnated, maybe we're hanging out somewhere else as energy. But this life in this body is not permanent. Jobs, relationships can come and go. Some of them last a long time. So acceptance of what is right now means, okay, I'm going to accept what's happening right now, like my wife's illness, as best as possible. Do I still have resistance to the disease? Absolutely. Do I vacillate between different percentages of acceptance? Absolutely. And this brings up the story I promised you guys a couple of minutes ago, which I call the flat tire analogy. And it has everything to do with acceptance and resistance. So imagine for a moment, driving along your neighborhood, and all of a sudden you've got a flat tire. Now you can resist that flat tire for the rest of your life till your last breath. But resisting that flat tire will not change the situation. Okay? But there are things that can be done to change the situation, right? Change the tire, call AAA, call a tow truck. If for some reason you don't have a jack or whatever, or you're not able to change the tire yourself, maybe you have a health condition that just makes it impossible. So you can resist this flat tire forever, or you can say, yes, I have a flat tire. Yes, I'm pissed off about it. I'm not happy. And what can I do about it? I call this the yes and philosophy. Yes, I'm anxious about that job interview. Yes, I'm anxious about money. And what can I do about it? Doesn't mean we like what we're accepting. It means that, okay, what is, just like that flat tire. And what I love about the yes and philosophy is it takes us out of what's called a fixed mindset, where we could be just, really angry about, man, I've got this flat tire. Why? Why now? On my way somewhere important. Why? gets us out of that fixed mindset where we're perseverating, right? Swimming in it, to where we're still experiencing whatever we're experiencing and getting into a growth mindset or a problem solving mindset. What can I do about it? Okay, so the tire is an easy fix, right? We get the tire changed, we go about our lives. Maybe we have to go to the auto shop and actually get a new tire, right? Get rid of the spare that we put on there. It's a quick fix. But what about something that's lingering for a long time? Again, going back to my wife's illness, and this is why I kind of shared with you what I've been experiencing. 5 years is a long time to work on being in acceptance over something that just plain stinks, that has disrupted your life, disrupted your relationship, and kind of put you in a place where you're experiencing a lot of loss. So in my case, with the yes and philosophy, with looking at things from a place of acceptance, yes, I'm upset that my wife is sick. And yes, I can support her. I can take her to the doctor. I can work on being kind and understanding, especially when she's having a bad day. But I can't fix it. And that is really hard to accept. And that's why I mentioned where it's not all or nothing with resistance and acceptance, right?